Old money, new money, James Bond villains, casinos, racing cars, and super yachts. Welcome to the 8th stage of the GCL in the glamorous Port Écule in Monaco. This week, Monaco gets transformed into the best show jumping show in the world. It is the smallest ring on the 2025 calendar, and it packs the biggest punch. We are excited to be on board this week at this incredible location. The Cannes Stars, Razorback International, Stockholm Hearts, Paris Panthers, they have all been champions here before. The big question now is which team is going to be crowned champions in 2025. We'll find out by the end of the night. We so often on this series talk about these iconic locations. We so often talk to you about being a ticket to the world and taking you across this incredible globe and across this incredible tour with us. But ladies and gentlemen, the Port Écule in Monaco is just something else. You simply need to take a walk down this venue, a walk in and around the precinct, and you just get the feeling. Take a look at that. What a shot that is, with a marvelous, magical, super mountainside that then eats into the ocean here. All of the yachts, the boats, the casinos, the people, the food. Oh, and now we find ourselves for stage 8. We're officially at the halfway point of the 2025 season. 2025 season, let's try that again. We are officially at the halfway point of the 2025 season, and with that comes its own intricacies, and we'll dive into that a little bit deeper. For now, let's start the show, and let's kick off the show in no better fashion than with the home team. For the first time today, let's meet up with Rosie Turner, who stands by alongside with the Monaco Comets.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. I'm here with the Monaco Comets, powered by Iron Dames right now, and what a beautiful setting we are in. Edwina Tops-Alexander, the team manager. This is extraordinary, isn't it?
Yeah, Monaco is such a unique venue. I mean, the ring is not the easiest ring, but it's beautiful down here by the port, and a lot of supporters here, yeah.
I heard you say this is like a second home to you. Why is it so special?
I don't know. I mean, obviously we live here, so that's obviously the reason why it's special for me in a sense. And I've been coming here for many, many years, since we had the first show. So, and there's been a lot of improvements, a lot of changes, and then the atmosphere in the evening is spectacular.
Yeah, it really is. Inez, you have such a great record jumping in this arena. How tough is it in there, though?
For sure, it's a difficult arena, but I feel the crowd is so amazing that gives us wins.
Yeah, do you feel the crowd, Jean, when you're here this weekend? Do you feel how amazing they are behind you, particularly because you are French riders?
Yeah, it's a small ring, and we have the feeling the crown is just behind you. It's really nice place, and we really enjoy to spend the time here.
Inez and Jean, you're going to be jumping first the round today. You're bringing in reasonably young horses as well. How do you think they're going to fare today?
Well, Crack is new to this level for sure, so it's really challenging, but I feel him in good shape, so hopefully it will be good.
What about you, Jean?
Yeah, me the same. I will bring Johanna, a young mare, to jump the first one, but she has been nice in the first one in Saint-Tropez, and then after I will take Dexter, with more experience for the second round.
Edwina, the Iron Dames have had such an amazing record here. Cannes Stars, powered by Iron Dames, won this last year. How confident are you that this team can go well today?
I mean, we're going to, put all our best efforts in. We've chosen the team with the best horses to perform on those particular classes. So we are a good, strong team together, and we're going to give it our best shot for sure.
What was the decision to let these guys jump first?
I've only just got one horse with me at the moment. I think my horse is probably better to save him just for the one round. He's a bit older, he's 15. And I think these two horses, the younger horses, have been in great shape. So I think it's for them, should be a perfect round for them to do. And then, of course, Dexter is an incredible horse, and Jean's had amazing results. So we're really fortunate to have her on the team with us tonight.
And as we look at this sort of arena, and I don't think the TV does it justice of just how small it is. What kind of horse makes this arena? What sort of horse do you need?
I feel that we need really scopy horses, because come so fast out of the turn that we need horses that have a big heart also. And that wants to give their best, because there is just, I feel, the motivation that the horse wants to give for us that ends up giving the good results.
Jean, give us a little bit of perspective about if something does go wrong in there or a stride goes wrong, how quickly does everything come up to you in this arena? Because it's smaller, so the jumps do come quicker, right?
Yeah, it's not easy run, and you always need to thinking about a second plan. Everything comes very quickly, and you need to change your plan last minute, and you need to be very focused on this kind of thing.
Lastly, you are the home team this weekend, Edwina. How much do you think the crowd is going to be behind you? And actually, how much does that help?
I mean, for sure they're going to be behind us. Obviously, having two French girls here makes a difference, and Ines won last year, Jeanne with her best horse. So, yeah, we will give it our best, and I'm sure we'll have a great support behind us.
Sounds like you've got more than a fighting chance. I will let you go and get ready. We are in the most beautiful setting. As you can see, we've got boats all around us. The arena is just behind those tents as well. We're very close to all the action here in Monaco.
All right, thank you very much, Rosie. Thank you very much to the Monaco Comets. They will be 8th out the gate today, powered by the Iron Dames. Sadrao and Jolie will jump the first round. We'll talk more about the start list a little bit later on as we get closer and closer to the kickoff of Global Champions League Round 1. But before we dive too deep into Monaco, let's take a moment, let's catch our breath, let's reflect on what took place in the previous stage in Paris under the Eiffel Tower alongside the famous Champ du Mars. Let's remind you what took place in the previous stage.
The quite stunning scene. Paris, the capital city of France, welcomes us for leg 7 of the Longines Global Champions Tour. This is GCL Round 2. Valkenswaard United. Marcus Enning runs homebound, and that is another masterclass. It was, regardless. Gilles Thomas is homebound, and Hermitage Cologne looks on course here. Prague Lions, powered by Czech Equestrian Team, we welcome down to the final fence and jumps in. No, he does not. And Peter de Vos, beautifully straight into the Longines double, but it goes. The next team to come, who jumped the clear round in GCL Round 1 this afternoon, but no, it goes. Abdul Said has done a very good regroup job here. The challenge facing Henry von Eckermann. Henry von Eckermann meets the GCL treble perfectly, but now time is into play. The time is going to be very tight here. I think he's just ahead. Shanghai Swans very close for third GCL season win this year. Christian storms around Max Kuhner. Shanghai Swans are swimming into a season lead maybe. Now 5 fences and it's gone. Now a time battle, it's gone as well.
Yeah, we're super happy. Honestly, when I had the tower with my leg, I was like, oh, that's a long way home. We recovered okay, but then Henrik came back and pulled it off, kept the round together and fast. It was nice, very happy to win. Great teammates and very happy about winning.
What a performance from the Istanbul Warriors, powered by Carpe Diem Equestrium, for Ollie Fletcher, for Abdel Said, and for Henrik von Ackermann to be able to pick up that GCL victory. What a moment that was for the team as they continue to improve and continue to impress. Can they do it again today? Wouldn't that be a story? Simon de Lestre and Henrik von Ackermann will start for the Istanbul Warriors today. Relatively late start for them, 13th out the gate. So they do have a good starting position. Let's look at the rankings. What is the impact of Istanbul winning in Paris done to the rankings? I remind you that Valkenswaard United have been flying high over these last few stages. They were on the podium again in Paris, and because of that, they've now eaten into the Canstars lead. They are now just a handful of points away, in fact 3 points away from finding themselves level on top, 4 points away from taking the outright lead. But take a look at that little 3-horse race that is starting to develop now between the Canstars, Valkenswaard United, and everyone's pre-season favourites, the Shanghai Swans, who, despite a slight blip over the last few stages, are still very much in the conversation. And then a very interesting battle for top 4 between the Prague Lions, Saint-Tropez Pirates, Istanbul Warriors now enter the chat. Are Madrid in motion in that conversation? Perhaps they are. And then just behind them, into that second page goes Razorback International, New York Empire, and the teams that are now trying to fight to get as high as they can, to go as late as they can at the GCL Super Cup that takes place in the GC Prague playoffs later on this year. For the home team, the Monaco Comets find themselves in 11th place. And the Istanbul Warriors, how much higher can they climb if they put in yet another good performance here this afternoon at the Porte-Cule in Monte Carlo, Monaco? Can they climb positions? Well, that is the big question. They talk a lot about the team dynamics as well. Let's hear from Rosie Turner once more, who took some time to sit down with the Istanbul Warriors.
Istanbul Warriors, powered by Carpe Diem Equestrian Team, are currently lying 6th in the league, and I've got a few of our team alongside me now, Efe and Henrik. Efe, I want to talk to you as well. You're managing the team, you're riding in the team. You made so many decisions, different decisions this year, at the beginning of the year. How has it been so far from those decisions?
So far, it started working better and better. In the first part, we are a bit unlucky. Just end of the course, we have a couple mistakes. We missed to be in the podium, but now it started to turn out in a good way, and then we start going better in the position. So hopefully we continue the rest of the season going higher.
Henrik, for you as well, this is the first time on the team. What was the reason for moving? What did Efe say to you to make you move?
No, I mean, Efe is my neighbor. But that is, of course, not only the reason, but we always had a good, connection. And for me, it's very important to be a team where we, there are good times, there are bad times. And, to have a good group of people, I think, yeah, that's what makes our strong team as well. And I think that's why we're going to have, hopefully, success in the future. We don't look back. We don't look, of course, we have to try to make the mistakes, what we do. We have to improve and do better, but, we are only looking forward.
Why do you think it clicked in Paris?
To be fair, we were also a little bit lucky. We should also not, I didn't believe, or we didn't believe that Christian and Max would go in and have 2 down. But, three even. Three, yeah. This is our sport. This is what makes it exciting. Because it's never, it's not like Usain Bolt running 100 meters, he's not going to be 5th. It's still something can happen. Even the best riders, the best combination can still have rails, and it's not over before the last ride is finished.
Not just the way you've been jumping and the way the team have jumped together, but Efe, how pleased are you with the personalities and how everyone's come together in the team? I was watching you cool down today, and we were all chatting together, and it felt like such a nice dynamic.
Yeah. Especially in the Paris, I have no chance to go because I am busy in the stable. So we're watching at home. So already before the Shanghai Swans in the arena, I'm already very happy because we are 2nd position. And I'm almost sure, especially after I watched Christian jump amazing clear. I said, okay, still very good. We are in the podium first time. And then, okay, for us, lucky, but unlucky for the Max. Yes, 3 down, we go in the lead. A bit this time we are lucky. So of course, we put the house upside down, and I'm so happy, jumping like a kid, shouting, all the cats in the house are running around. So yeah, we are so happy.
We're now in the middle of the season, pretty much. Where do you realistically see yourself at the end?
Yeah, the half of the season, and then we are in the 6th position, which is good. I think from there on, if we start to do as better as now, and then I hope we can end in the first 4. That we can start in the Prague directly in the semi-final.
Henrik, what are your thoughts? It's such a small arena for you and Simon. Does that suit your horses?
I have actually quite a new horse with, so that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. And then I have Iliana for the 2nd round. So I hope I manage the first round. And then, I hope we can win because we are best and not because of the other ones are failing.
Mid-season transfers is a conversation that is going to happen very soon. The window's about to open. Your plans, are we allowed to know?
Yeah, we can tell already. We are staying in the good team. Yeah.
Staying with it is?
Yes.
Okay, there it is, the dream team. What makes it the dream team for you?
I think communication, and we're open to be each other, and everyone try the best to make the team the best.
Don't fix it if it's not broken. That's the theory of FECA here. If it is working, if the team is winning stages, if they are fighting for a top 4, why in the need to go on and try and make some new acquisitions for the second half of the season? It's a wonderful admission and a great show of faith, by the way, from Efe towards his riders for the rest of the season. But mid-season transfer, you ask, what on earth is that all about? Well, it is what happened to the Global Champions League at this stage. Excitingly is that the following stage in London will be the very first time that we get to see the new mid-season transfers come out for their new teams. How does it work? What are the numbers behind it? How does it it all work out? Well, we asked Rosie Turner to sit down and give you a bit of an explainer to help you understand what to expect between now and London in the GCL and some new faces that may or may not be entering the competition.
The GCL mid-season transfer window starts now, but what exactly does that mean? Each season there is only one transfer window and it opens at the midway point of the championship. Every team can make up to 3 changes in or out, but as ever, there must always be an under-25 rider on each team. Team managers can bring in talent from other GCL teams, or they can recruit riders from outside the league, giving a chance to refresh and rebuild the team. It's all about strategy. But why now? Well, because this is the time to strengthen the squad in order to finish as high in the league as possible, especially with the GC Prague playoffs coming into focus. The new teams will officially be revealed ahead of our next stop, which is Stage 9 in London. The updated teams will be locked and loaded and ready for the second half of our season. This is the mid-season turning point. Watch it all unfold right here on GCTV and across our socials.
It's all about strategy, it's all about balance, it's all about trying to take what you already have that works well in your team and how can you make it that much better. Which one rider is floating around inside the other teams, or perhaps, as Rosie explained, externally as well, that can be brought into your team, can be brought into the GCL and hopefully give you a real stab at the GCL Super Cup Championship at the end of the season. We know how big a trophy that is. That is what all the managers are going to be thinking. Think of Kyle Tim last year for the Rome Gladiators. He ended up coming in as a mid-season transfer, was absolutely superb, jumped 70% clear throughout the second half of the season. It made him almost one of the best riders of the entire season, and he only came in for the second half. That's how impressive Kyle Tim was for the Rome Gladiators last year as a mid-season transfer. He is one of those standouts, one of those blueprints as to what you want as a manager from a mid-season transfer. So much so that now Kyle Tim, jumping alongside for the Prague Lions this year, we decided to catch up with him and get some thoughts from Kyle Tim.
Yeah, I think the team has been fighting really hard every show. There was a few unlucky one-down rails that I think really, were just small, tiny faults, but the scores were really consistent all season, and I think that's showing in the results, and, it's good riders to be surrounded by.
Top 4 obviously is incredible. The top 3 teams are slightly getting away. Do you feel that at the moment?
I think that would only motivate the Prague Lions more. I think this is, the last show of the first half of the season, and I think if they're, having someone to chase is always a motivation, I think, for all the good riders.
So behind the scenes, when you're having your conversations, are you still fighting for that top 3 or trying to stay in the top 5?
Oh, absolutely, fighting for the top 3. Yeah, I think the riders that are on this team, they're winners, and they want to be. There's only one thing they're aiming for, and that's to be in the top 3, and if not, winning the league if it's possible.
You've been superb on this team as well ever since you came onto it. And do you feel that kind of pressure now that you need to keep delivering?
Nope. I think the team has actually much better riders than me, and they do an incredible job. So I'm there to support them, the same as I always try to do my best. And it's not pressure; it's just to do your best every round, and I think the whole team appreciates that.
Tell us about this weekend. Who's here? Who's jumping?
Peter DeVos is here, Fernando is here, and I'm here. We have a good mix of horses between us, some younger horses, some older horses, and I think we're going to kind of have a little drink here and see if we figure out who's doing what for the teams tomorrow.
Lastly, this is a renowned arena for being very, very small. Does that suit your team this week?
I think so. I think we have a few experienced horses, so I think that helps. And, Fernando and Peter live in Belgium and Holland. They ride a lot of indoor shows. So I think, I think it's when you have arenas like this that are difficult, it's technical, it brings the mistakes can be bigger, but the good parts can be stronger also. So I think, we're sitting well to be there.
What makes the Global Champions League such an incredible challenge is the fact that it becomes so important to be able to conquer different environments at different stages. It asks so many questions of you week to week to week that you can now enter the smallest arena of the season here in Monaco and need to find the right horse, need to find the right team members that are going to find success and be able to cope with the challenges that this ring offers. We'll go into the course in a few moments' time, get some thoughts from some of the riders as well, as we welcome back Uliana Vizzani, the course designer. He joins us once again here in Monaco this week. Let's take you through the start list and give you an idea as to how the teams are going to be coming out today. A reminder that round one of the GCL is selected, auto-generated computer draw, and this is how they come out. Razorback International, powered by Horse Gym, Emanuele Kimeli and Max Weishaupt are here today. Marco Kutscher currently walking the course as well. There's a potential change for the second round. Sasha Newgard-Lille and Michael Duffy come out for the Basel Cosmopolitans. Interesting to see the red-hot Falconswaard United, Gilles Thomas on Chiara, one of his 9-year-olds, alongside Lorenzo De Luca. Nice to have him back for Falconswaard United as well. Natalie Dean and Kathleen Ackermann will be jumping for the Can Stars, powered by the Iron Dames. Simon de Lestre, Henrik von Ackermann for the Istanbul Warriors. That's an outstanding lineup for GCL round one. Kim Emmen is returning for Madrid Emotion with Helix. She will jump alongside Michael van der Vleuten and Beauville Z. What a pairing that is. Willem Vermeer, Jérôme Guéry for the Doha Falcons. And to wrap it up in last place, the team last to go, is Antoine Herman and Max Kuhner on Foxpit and EIC up to Jacko Blue. They will be the final team to go. The Shanghai Swans, many people's pre-season favourites, started the year in an absolute bang and are now amongst that group of three that are fighting for the championship lead. Falconswaard United in that mix and Can Stars in that mix as well. Those are the front three that are trying to break away from the rest of the chasing pack. It's a lovely start position for the Shanghai Swans. By then, a lot of teams, in fact, every other team would have jumped, so they would know exactly where some of those challenges are. Any of their suspicions, it will all be confirmed by having the luxury of watching teams go before them. It is a luxury that will not be afforded to Razorback International, to the Scandinavian Vikings, the Paris Panthers, etc., that are early to go. We get some thoughts, as we said, from some of the teams that are currently inside the course. We remind you of the beautiful arena that we find ourselves in, and we'll show you exactly how that looks like. Course walk officially underway. All of the riders in the ring, making sure that they walk those lines, make sure that they jot down every single fraction of a meter, because that is going to matter later on this afternoon when they and their horses are trying to tackle each and every single one of these fences. Which of the teams have been successful here in Monaco before? That's a question. We spoke about it at the top of the show. We gave you an idea as to which of those teams have been crowned champions here before. Falconswaard United, dating back to the very first year, going on to win here. The Vienna Eagles, well, good win for them. Rome Gladiators and Scandinavian Vikings in 18 and 19. The Paris Panthers in 2021. And Stockholm Hearts winning back in 2022. Wasn't that a great victory for them? Razorback International, was that not the 100th stage of the Global Champions League, if I recall correctly? And then the Can Stars, powered by the Iron Dames, going on to win in 2024. Who then is going to be the 2025 champion? That we'll find out by the end of the night. Let's get into the arena. Go back to Rosie Turner one more time and get some thoughts and reaction from some of the riders. Rosie, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. I've got Natalie Dean alongside me from Can Stars, powered by Iron Dames. It's been a difficult weekend already for the team when we haven't even begun. Natalie, just tell us a little bit about what's happened.
Yeah, so I actually didn't see it yesterday, but Jana had an unfortunate fall yesterday in the warm-up. Everyone is in high spirits, but she did hurt her shoulder, so she's going to be out for a little while. But she's still cheering us on, and we do the best we can.
How much has it changed the plans this weekend?
Yeah, I think we were planning on seeing how all the horses jumped in the warm-up and then making the plan for today. This is why we always bring 3 riders, and we always try to be prepared that everyone can jump the team if they need to, so we're making the best of it.
I'm glad to hear that she's okay and she'll be on the mend very soon. Can Stars won this last year. How confident are you that you can do it again?
Yeah, I mean, it's a small ring. It's very difficult. I think that there's going to be faults everywhere, and I hope that our team can pull off another win.
Tell me a little bit about the course. I mean, I'm currently looking at the double 8A and B, and it's incredibly bright, this double, no matter whether it's technical, but it's incredibly bright as well.
Yeah, I think anytime a ring is this small, it always rides a bit more technical than it maybe walks, and we really just have to trust the horses and really stick to our plan.
In terms of an arena like this, from someone that probably doesn't know that much, is it about slowing the horses down quite a lot? Because I guess the faster you go, the quicker these jumps come up.
Yeah, I think it's really about using your track and making sure that the horses don't cut in over the jumps and in the turns, because it kind of ruins your distance if they start to fall in a bit and anticipate those turns.
I'm glad Jana's here cheering you guys on. Has she given you any advice?
Yeah, I think she's always a big supporter of us, and we're really a family, so we're wishing her a speedy recovery, and she's always going to be cheering for us.
Thank you so much, Natalie, for your time. We'll let you go. Carry on walking the course and getting ready. The Cannes Stars go just after the break today. They've got the advantage of watching a few teams jump this course first, but Jana is out for this week and probably for a couple of weeks more, but we'll wait to hear on her progress, Mark.
Thank you very much to Rosie. Thank you very much to Natalie Dean. Terrible news for Jana Frederica Meyer-Zimmermann, a former winner here in Cannes on the LGCT stage. I beg your pardon, and now for her then have that injury to then find herself being injured for a couple of weeks now. Well, she is still around, she is still supporting, and she is still part of that Iron Dames family. I have no doubt that she will be very present, just unfortunately not on a horse competing as we would have liked for Jana Frederica Meyer-Zimmermann. We do wish her a very speedy recovery. Let's, oh, isn't that a beautiful shot? Give you perspective as to where we find ourselves this week here in Porte-Cule, with the beautiful water behind us, the super yachts, the wonderful climb up the mountain into that wonderful famous casino. Loads and loads of James Bond references that are all taking place up the road here. But it is all about show jumping this week. It is all about the Global Champions League, and it is all about round one that gets underway in a few moments' time. The big talking point is this arena. It is literally the smallest arena in the entire season. But just how small, you ask, because if you think about it, Saint-Tropez is a very small ring. Cannes is a very small ring. But Monaco at 75 by 28 meters is the smallest ring of the season. Take a look at Riesenbach, by the way. We'll be traveling through to Riesenbach in a little bit later on this year. That is what, in a 150 meter by 90 meter ring, the Monaco ring looks like, to give you perspective of just how small this is and just how many of those Monaco rings would actually fit inside the massive grass ring of Riesenbach. Gives you perspective on the challenges that I talk about. Riders need to be able to come through to Monaco at 75 by 28 and be competitive, but equally need to move to a giant grass ring of Riesenbach at 150 meters, much like what we see in Mexico City, much like we see at the Longines International Arena at Tops, at Valkenswaard. It is all the same challenges from these major grass rings, and we are looking forward to those shows coming up a little bit later on. Riesenbach International, by the way, will be hosts of that event. That takes place in September. We're looking forward to the Valkenswaard show as well. I talk about then going to that wonderful, wonderful, famous grass ring at the Tops Arena. And that is also just something that is magnificent to witness, and we look forward to all of these stages coming up a little bit later on by the later parts of the season. For now, though, I wonder if maybe we can quickly go back to Rosie as well, just get some thoughts from some of the riders. Who else mentioned anything? What was a recurring theme, Rosie? Those are some of the questions we love to hear from you on the ground, in and amongst the riders. What is happening? What has been the recurring theme? What has been said? Often this arena is talked about as a pinball machine. That gives you some perspective as to how it's being described. Think about a pinball machine, and that is exactly how it feels when you are riding it. Let's hear from Rosie once again. What are the thoughts, Rosie? What's been said to you off camera? What have been some of those recurring themes from the riders?
Yeah, thank you, Mark. I think a pinball machine is completely the perfect way to describe it. I mean, we've been wandering around, and every second you're already in another rider's line that they're trying to walk. It is really small in here. It's incredibly impressive as well, I have to say. Looking at all the fences in here, it looks incredibly tight, but as these course designers are so clever, they make it as spacious as they possibly can. I think the riders quite enjoy the challenge as well. They've all said to me it's going to be very technical, because the fact that it's not going to be huge in here, so it will be more technical this week. But it's brilliant to see so many fences and so many riders in here having to walk it a number of times just to get their bearings, because it does feel like, as you said, a pinball machine.
All right, Rosie, thank you very much. We'll let you get back to work, Rosie, and we'll let you get ready for the riders. Round 1 of the Global Champions League about to get underway in a few moments' time. Think about the challenge as well, by the way, for course designer Uliana Vizzani. He has so little real estate to work with, yet still he needs to put the right amount of fences, the right amount of challenges, the right amount of combinations into a ring like this, but he just does not have the space that he'd like to play with. So, in order to make this challenging, it's incredible work as well from the course designer who uses this venue and can still ask those questions of the best in the world. Global Champions League Round 1 is next. We are live in Porto Cool in Monte Carlo, Monaco. Let's go and join the action.